Hello everyone, this is Darcinovia here. This is my review of the fourth book of the X-Wing series, the Bacta War. Now, for those of you who don't pay attention to my reviews, regarding, these books, this one takes place right after the last book. And the Bacta War, Wedge, Corran Horn, Tycho, Garen Darklighter, resign, their positions in Rogue Squadron because the New Republic will not officially sanction them, going to Triforia to rescue the prisoners that Corran Horn promised he would save, and Triforia being under the control of Ursad. So, in this book, Wedge assembles a small army in order to, go to war, with Ursad. Now, this book, unlike the other ones, has a lot more action than the other books, in the series. And, well, what it's to be expected. This is the final book of a story arc, and the final book of, this part of the X-Wing series. And, well, the various storylines that started in Rogue Squadron have a conclusion in here, like Corran Horn and Mirax's relationship that developed from the very beginning, has a conclusion in here. You have, Assad supposedly dying. Well, she doesn't, because you have a book like after this that literally has in the title Assad's Revenge. And yeah, does this book, how's the pacing? Well, I think the pacing is really good. In fact, this one, despite it feeling longer than the others at times because of the amount of words there are per page, it actually, it was hard to put this book down. Then again, I'm always like that when it comes to the final books of various, arcs or series in general. I finish them the quickest. The X-Wing books, at this point, I feel like I've been getting better and better with each book. And I think this one is no exception. The Bacta War is a culmination of the first book. And the arc, that were, started, their conclusion feels satisfying, at least for this arc, because I know these characters will appear again in other books. Because, I've read some of these books featuring these characters, and reading this book made me regret not, reading these sooner. The Bacta War, the thing I really like about this book is, in particular, I think the military sci-fi is believable. It feels real. And it only reinforces, what Michael Stockwell said. Michael Stockwell did say, in an interview that he was basing Rogue Squadron, off a real military unit. And it feels real. These characters feel like family. They feel like a family unit. It's hard to believe that in 4 books, about a year and a half has passed. We're getting close to the Thrawn trilogy. And, well, I will review those eventually. Rogue Squadron, as a whole, the X-Wing books, up until this point, I've enjoyed them. I think they've gotten better and better. And I really wish I would have read these sooner rather than, just go through the rest of the timeline or suffer through TCW garbage. Yeah, I'm still salty about that. The Bacta War is a book that has a satisfying conclusion to a story arc, and I feel like this book stands completely on its own, at least I'm referring to the first 4 books in general. You could really stop the series here, and you would have a satisfying, ending to these characters. Then again, Corran Horn's story would continue in books like Assad's Revenge, I, Jedi, and the second and third book of the New Jedi Order. And then after that, yeah, his storyline, would pretty much be concluded. But Corran Horn as a character, I really enjoyed reading about his beginnings, and it made me appreciate the character more. Wedge Antilles, I've always liked Wedge in the EU, but reading more Wedge is not always a bad thing. In fact, I would like more of Wedge. And the fact there's more stories featuring Wedge, I'm excited to read Wraith Squadron. In fact, Wraith Squadron delayed my review of Imperial Commando because I personally think these books are better than Karen Travis's books. Then again, I don't think that's a controversial opinion. Anyway, I give this one a classic rating, just like the rest of the series. Now, if you're watching this after you've watched my book club on these, it's going to be weird to some of you. The reason why I'm doing this, for those of you who are new, is to keep track of what I've read and what I've reviewed. So there's that. Anyway, next time I review Star Wars content, I'm going to be reviewing, at least in Legends, the unreleased novel Heart of the Jedi. And yeah, may the Force be with you all. Stay safe, everyone, and see you guys next time with another video. Later.